The phrase e pluribus unum, or out of many, one, appears in the banner held in the mouth of the American eagle. The word one appears a total of 7 times on the dollar bill. Oveson writes, in magical numerology, the number 7 is regarded with a special veneration. Certain texts that deal with the meanings of numbers insist that 7 stands for the complete temple. The temple he refers to is the ancient temple by King Solomon in the city of Jerusalem. Oveson goes on to say that the concept of a complete temple is symbolized by the unfinished pyramid of the Great Seal, where the symbol of a Messiah figure is also shown with the all-seeing eye, representing the capstone that will one day complete the pyramid. In other words, when the Messiah emerges, then will the temple be complete.
The following is a possible scenario. A major war will be set up by those who have the power to make that kind of thing happen. I think there will be an effort to make this war seem like the same war prophesied at the end of the Bible, to make what comes after that seem like the 1,000 years of peace. There will also be, before that, an effort in the coming years to make a man seem like the biblical Antichrist. They will make it look like he has made a peace agreement with Israel and the whole 9 yards. He will be put in charge of some international government, maybe the UN or the EU, and this system and man will essentially be the fall guy. They will be destroyed by what will appear to be the return of a Christ-like entity, and it will make what comes after that seem like the prophesied utopia.
Bu akşam yurt dışından misafirlerimiz var. Kendilerini dilerseniz sizlere tanıtayım kısaca. Kendileri Masonlar. Amerika'dan ve değişik ülkelerden geldiler. İskoçya'dan. Sol baştan başlamak üzere Timothy Hogan kendisi. Daha sonra yanında oturan kişi James Kinslow ve onun yanında da David Sahyun. Kendileri 32 ve 33. dereceden Masonlar.
İncil'de de geçen su testisi taşıyan, yani Kova burcundan olan kişinin, yani Mehdi'nin çıktığına inanıyoruz. Tevrat'ta da ismi geçen Kral Mesih'in, ki Tevrat'ta çok uzun ve çok kapsamlı olarak tarif edilmiştir Kral Mesih'in gelişi, barış getirecek olan Mesih'in, dünya hakimi olan Mesih'in zuhur ettiğine inanıyoruz. Aynı şekilde İsa Mesih'in de Allah katından yeryüzüne indiğine ve şu an insanların arasında olduğuna inanıyoruz. Sonluğunda bu konuda çok büyük görevler alacağına, çok faydalı işler yapacağına inanıyorum. Ya dünya kardeşliğini, dünyadaki sevginin oluşmasını, dünya tarihinde ilk defa bütün dünyayı kaplayacak şekilde yerine getireceklerine inanıyorum. Yani bir yönüyle bir kol olarak, yani ayrı bir kol olarak Masonların da çok büyük fayda sağlayacağına inanıyorum.
It's very important to us that we do build a world of peace and that we help to establish a kingdom of peace and acceptance where Jews and Christians and Muslims can live together in peace.
Yani İsa Mesih olduğunda tereddüt olmayacak insanlarla. Hazreti Mehdi ile birlikte namaz kılıp ikisi birlikte dünyayı yönetecekler. Peygamberimiz o Hazreti Mehdi'nin yardımcısı olacağını belirtiyor Hazreti İsa Aleyhisselam için. O devirde dünyada tek din İslam dini olacak.
אבל תתי מה שהוא ומה ידיעתו. הכלים של מספיק, כאילו שהיום כבר כמה שעות בגיל עדיין לבוא, אבל יש עוד כמה שעות, אבל יש משתדלים גם היום.
And the embodiment of absolute good, that is the Imam of time, the promised one who will come accompanied by Jesus Christ and accordingly design and implement the just and humanistic mechanisms for regulating the constructive relationships between nations and governments.
you're looking at in Tunisia, in Egypt, in Yemen, in Jordan, in Libya, in Bahrain, and soon, very soon, in all the nations of the world, and even sooner to take place in America. There's a sign that the great Mahdi that the Muslim world has been looking for is present in the world. The Christ that you hoped for. God is stimulating the rise of the masses.
With events unfolding in the Holy Land, with the true Messiah returning, and the true Messiah liberating the Holy Land, and the holy state of Israel, the one built on the truth of the religion of Abraham, that Israel will be restored. And that holy state of Israel will become the ruling state in the world.
In 1982, an English painter named Benjamin Creme took out full-page ads in newspapers around the world declaring the Christ is now here. For more than 20 years now, Creme has traveled the world, telling all nations that the Christ, whom he calls Maitreya, is about to appear. We caught up with Mr. Creme in August of 2006, as he had just come from speaking to an independent group at the United Nations.
What do I mean when I say we are entering a new age? They are the energies of synthesis. So as the energies of Pisces have divided the world, the energies of Aquarius will draw humanity together, blend and fuse humanity into one group. Stemming from 1875, that great disciple Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, founder of the Theosophical Society, began the dissemination of this information. She lived for 3 years with the masters of whom I shall speak in the Himalayan mountain. Now we are in the middle of one of the most difficult and the most dangerous times in the history of the planet. To help us to go safely through this time, the masters are beginning to return to the world. At their head is a great leader by name Maitreya, and all the religions await such a teacher. Christians call him the Christ, Muslims await the teacher they call the Imam Mahdi, Jews await the coming of the Messiah, Hindus await the return of Krishna, the Kalki avatar, and Buddhists await Maitreya Buddha. They have his name right.
Very name, Maitri, that's loving kindness. Now today's world, we really need a promotion of Maitri.
In 1975, 5 masters came into the world, into 5 major centers. One into New York, one into London, one into Geneva, one into Darjeeling, and one into Tokyo. These are the 5 major spiritual centers in the world. Later came 2 others, one into Rome and one into Moscow. The one in Rome, I can give you his name, is probably the best known master in the world, Master Jesus. In 1990 he held a conference in London and invited some 350 distinguished people from all walks of life. Kings, princes, men and women of great teaching and background and experience in all walks of life. Leaders at every level in religion and commerce and government and journalism and so on. So there are a large number of people who really know, who have met Maitreya. 2 of them have died, unfortunately. One was King Hussein of Jordan, and the other one who died more recently, President Arafat of Palestine. He will show humanity a glimpse of the future, the extraordinary science which is awaiting to be given to humanity when we have no more war. 4 great star-like luminaries of gigantic power. They are not stars, but they look like stars. You can also see an interesting sequence of photographs of the star from all over the world, and it changes shape. It becomes to look more like a spacecraft than a star, and then back to a star, and so on. And these stars are the herald of Maitreya.
It's a pleasure to be here. Peace and love to all the light workers who are there, the brothers and sisters of this cosmic alignment which is upon us and of great importance. My name is Leo Lion Zagami. From my father's side and from my mother's side I am of aristocratic and also royal lineage. What is about to happen is the Third World War, and it's not a joke. This is an information that I'm bringing you, and that I'm bringing not only from sources of a spiritual nature, but also from sources within the intelligence services of several countries. Now, if you want to get there and understand this transformation, which is positive, because obviously we are light workers, we want people to become aware of what is happening and bring the level of awareness to a superior level. And obviously the traumatic events that will take place will show this to humanity. But you have to understand, it's not a very simple situation whereby we will receive these alien beings and they will embrace us. Jesus is coming back with an army, and it's a hierarchy, it's a military hierarchy. They have infiltrated every level of government. When Steve Hawkins, the scientist, talks about aliens being dangerous for humanity if we encounter them, that's because the so-called Illuminati of the evil side, the so-called elite that is now sitting in the chairs of power, still not wanting to leave this position of power, doesn't want to tell you that those alien beings are actually working to save us, but they will come here to invade us first, because we have put one of their most important figures on the cross 2,000 years ago. 2012 is a great opportunity. Even if all this is negative, it's a great opportunity, because we're going to wipe out a whole political class which is completely worthless, because the alien beings want to have, instead in a parliament, a computer in the center of the room with an artificial intelligence. The rest of what the political class is offering now is just words.
To understand what is going on today with respect to the New World Order and the New Age movement, we must have recourse to the 19th century organization called the Theosophical Society. This organization in particular, among others, is largely responsible for the modern New Age movement and the political doctrine known as the New World Order. The founder of this organization was a woman named Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. Her first book was entitled Isis Unveiled, published in 1877. She started a magazine in 1887 called Lucifer Magazine. Her principal work, The Secret Doctrine, was then published in 1888. She then wrote The Key to Theosophy and The Voice of Silence. These works are now famous, and contained in these writings are the doctrines that helped mold the New Age movement to what it is today. It is said that part of Blavatsky's book, The Secret Doctrine, was channeled to her through an ascended master or highly evolved being called Kuthumi, who spoke to her. Belief in these ascended masters who communicate to humanity is very crucial when studying the New Age. It is important to note the role of Freemasonry. As previously noted, Theosophy and Freemasonry were somewhat affiliated in the late 19th century. Here is a reprint of the Masonic certificate that Blavatsky received.